Let's play darts. Ladies and gentlemen, a 60. That's okay, we'll take them. If you hit straight darts, you've got to be pleased with yourself. That's how I feel at the moment. If I can get 3 straight ones in a row, my goodness, there's progress happening. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is a very interesting day. For the eagle-eyed out there, you may have just noticed that I've just thrown 3 darts you've never seen before. My goodness, what's been going on, I wonder? Well, I already know because I've just thrown those darts and I know where they came from. These have been sent to me. These were sent to me. I had no plans on buying new darts, using new darts, but these were sent by a company which some of you may be familiar with called Sea Life, and MageRabbit are their brand for their new darts. Who are these guys? You've never heard of them before. Well, Sea Life I've heard of. You can get stuff on Amazon from them. They're a cheap brand. They're at the lower end of the price points. I got some integrated K-Flex style flights from them when I started. And there's actually a box in the background that's been there ever since day one from them, which is this one back here. And they contacted me and they said, can we send you some stuff and review it? Now, I don't really get a bit nervous about doing reviews. I will never review anything and give you a false review. I've got to give you the truth of the matter. And I knew these were at the lower end of the price point, so I was intrigued when they came whether or not I'd like them. They sent me all sorts of stuff. They sent me like 5 or 6 boxes, some with sort of standard brass style darts. They've sent loads of flights. They've sent a couple of boxes to hold your darts in. And they've also sent me their 90% tungsten 23-gram arrows. These are them. And yeah, look, my expectations were low. I'm not going to lie, because you just haven't heard of them. You don't hear about them. Okay, they're at the low price point. These are £21.79. People would like to call that sort of price point starter darts. I like to call them darts. And I'll tell you why, because I used them for the first time last night and I played with them so well that I've been using them since till today. So I'm a little bit excited about this because it was just unexpected and a surprise. And they're good quality. Look at this close up. Look at the grip here. Now, I'll tell you straight off the bat. For those who've been here since day one, you know I like a grippy dart. I was using the Nastries. The Nastries over here. Target Nastry. These are 21 grams. Now, this was the grippiest dart I've ever lay hand on. Okay? Grip everywhere. This sort of grip sticks to your fingers. They actually feel like they stick to your fingers. And this is the closest dart I've lay finger on that are just as grippy. Now, if you've gripped a dart and they feel stuck, that's the sort of grip I'm talking about. And it will take you a few days to get used to it. When I got those Nastries, it took me about a week to get used to actually getting used to holding them because they just wouldn't move out my fingers. And if you look at I probably can't see, but I lost a little bit of skin on that finger there. Just because they're so grippy. So if you are like a grippy dart, now these are straight barrel there. And for the price, I mean, I think the first set of darts I used were the Red Dragons, the standard ones you get on Amazon. If anybody asks me, recommend me a starter dart now, I'm going to tell them these. I'm not even joking. I am shocked at how well they fly for me. And the grip is ideal. So I actually played my best stuff last night. Played 3 online matches. I played my good friend Danny, and he's a good player. And I beat him 5-2. And I averaged 56 over 7 legs. 56. I hit a 171, all with these darts. Now, look, guys, I will also say and preface this with, we've been here before. You get your hands on some new darts and you feel like $1 million. And you feel like, this has changed my game. And then after a few weeks, you sort of get back into the rhythm you were before. So I am aware of that. And I'm not saying I'm going to stick with these darts, but I tell you what, I'm considering it right now. But look, the proof is in the pudding. Let's throw these. with a little warm up. So what I'm finding is that they're just more predictable. I can throw more straight darts with them. They fly, they release really well. There's a very much better review on these, by the way, by, what's their name? The Darts Review channel, I think. Can't remember which one it was, but really recommend looking. There's only one other review I could see on YouTube. Give that a search as well if you're seriously interested in buying these. I mean, they're 20 quid. I mean, what's going on these days? Inflation. My goodness, you won't get 20 quid won't get you far these days. That'll get you about half a pint in London. So from a price perspective, the ludicrous sums you're being charged for darts, by the way, is out of hand. Things have got out of hand. The new darts now that are coming out, most of them over 100 quid. What is going on out there? I mean, I don't know what's happening. Is everybody won the lottery? Let's go 19s. Because I haven't. And if you put these darts, honestly, I'm not really over-egging this, and I don't want to over-egg it too much. But if somebody gave me these darts, I didn't know what they were, who gave them, what brand they were, who made them, if your nan made them, and you said, these are worth 100 quid, and they're the brand new ones, give them a test. Brand new Dennis Priestley darts, or whatever. And I would be like, oh, wow, they're pretty good, you know, they're throwing well for me. I don't want to overplay it. I just feel that I'm really just been quite shocked at how decent they are, really. And it shows you don't have to sell, you know, mortgage a house to get darts these days that are good enough to play with. Now, I could easily see myself in a year still playing with these. Now, I might not be. So I don't want to go into which darts I should be using. I don't want to get in my head with it. But it's been refreshing to throw with them. Let's go 18. No, let's go bull, and we'll get going around this clock. Look at this. Oh, that's interesting. The flight just popped off, and this is the first time I've used traditional stems and flights. For the first month, maybe I used them. Then I switched to the integrated K-Flex. So I tell you what we'll do, actually, before we begin, because I don't want to keep getting these flights up and down because they're not punched in or anything. So while we're here with this, let's take these off, because what happens when you order these, they come in a little box, not like a big flat box you get with normal darts, but a small one, small narrow box here. This is unusual. And inside this box lay the darts in one of these little pouches, which is far more handy than you get with just the box. You can't do much with that, whereas I can actually carry these round and take them places. Take them around Aunt Pam's house and show her my new tungsten. Right, what am I doing here? I'm getting distracted. So that came with it, and also they sent me, if you're looking for, because K-Flex are going up in price, all these expensive ones going up in price, they also do integrated ones, all various colours. You know how I like a various colour. So I'm going to use a various colour. I'm going to use purple today. So this is the first time I've got these out. I don't know how much these are, if I'm honest, but look, based on what we've received so far, they're going to be at a price point which is affordable. So let's chuck, oh my giddy aunt. Right, let's take these off. I mean, so these are 23 grams, by the way. They did them in one weight. 23 grams, there you go. Have a little look again, because I've shown you. Can't show you enough times, can we really? So let's put on these integrated ones and see how we get on. I mean, the stems and flights were quite nice to use. You feel like an old traditional player using those. You feel like a real darts player. But the integrated style for me is just far better. Just less hassle. Don't go through them like crazy. Look at these, they're pretty. That purple, I like that. They are nice. Right, let's see how they throw. We'll do 3 at bull and then we'll go around the clock. Now, the key is also, you can buy any darts you like at any price. People can promise the world to you about them. But I hate to break it to you guys, you are the one that has to throw them. Okay? So I do find it funny, people pay so much money for these darts. And I've done the same. And it's not really going to make you much better. Okay, the right set of darts will make you better, 100%. If you get a set that suit your style, 100%, because these won't suit people's style. Some people like big barrels, some people like front weighted, rear weight, whatever you want, shorter, longer. These are, I would say, the template style of dart, a straight arrow there. And I can't complain, guys. I am quite surprised at how decent they are. Right, let's go double one. And I'm excited because it's not just a review hit. These might be a set that I'm going to use for a while. Double one's in. Look at the colour. I like the colour. So I'm just excited. It's just a bit of a surprise. You know, I don't want to discredit them too much, but my expectations were low. They were low. I was worried that I wouldn't like them at all, and then I'm going to have to do a review, or what I would have done is not done a review and told them, I'm sorry, I can't. It just wouldn't be positive. But they are good. They are actually really good. And I'm pleased because I looked at the other review guys. Oh, I should remember their name. Apologies to you because you might watch this. They do a much better review on it. And also, they agreed that they are decent darts. So I'm not the only one. Right, double two. Ooh la la. So what I will say is, because you could easily put it down to the new darts day feeling where you just play a lot better. You know, the number of times people say, I've got my new darts and I hit a 180 in the first session. You hear that a lot, and then the 180s dry out quite quick. Double three. But there is something different about these for me. And for me, it's probably the grip. So the Clemens I've been using, I can't complain at. They've been great to me. They're very similar in some ways. They're a little bit more bulbous towards the front, but the grip is more consistent, which has been really useful for me. But I think it's the grip on these are just wild. Sticky grip. And it's not sticky, but they'll stick to your fingers. I'm not sure that makes any sense. Are we on three? I think we're on three. Four. There it is. So look, they all go. They're thrown well. And I will check out what else they do, because if these were much better than you'd expect, especially for the price, the other kit is probably half decent too. So it's worth checking out these brands who don't rely on huge amounts of marketing, branding, sponsorship of players. Who do you think pays for that? It comes out of the profit they make on the darts. So let's bear that in mind, okay? Corporatism. There's four as well. And somebody put a great comment in the other day, was saying, one thing you need to bear in mind when throwing and looking at how you're getting on, if you're getting, this one's a little bit too far, but if this was on the outside there, that is progress. If you can get more and more darts closer together for the target you're hitting, and I am doing that lately, even though my overall game hasn't been fantastic, as you know. I feel like they're getting closer. That's not good. So yeah, a little bit excited. And I needed this. I needed a morale booster. I've been flat for a while. I wasn't feeling very well last week either. So some of the videos, the morale may seem low, but that's probably illness. But in terms of my darts, I just haven't been playing well. So to get a game in last night, I got 3 games in, and I averaged over 50 in all of them, and I averaged over 56 over 7 legs. I've really needed that. I really needed that just to tell me, Samson, you are on the right path. You may get worse before you get better, but you've got to keep going. Number 6. Ooh. A good comment as well from SWR Darts Coaching. Obviously, Daniel from Straight to the Point helped me tremendously, but the other company or other guy I see online a lot is SWR Coaching, and he does look at some of these videos sometimes. So big shout out to him. Great comment about he's noticed when because I'm complaining all the time about this right hand side. I struggle just to get the accuracy that I get on the left. So that's poor. So this is a good example on this double 6 there. I've just hit. Let's go to 7. When he's noticed that when I'm on this other one, I'm far snatchier. I must be trying to correct my throw. I'm doing something different. And he's saying just try and concentrate on your follow through being the same on this side. And it's helped. It's definitely helped so far. But early days. 7. Now, a little plug for my next video that I haven't even thought about doing yet. I'm going to use these darts until then, at least. And if I play just as well as I am now and I have the same feeling and energy, I'm going to carry on using them. So next video, see if I'm still using them, about whether or not you want a real proof is in the pudding review on these, will be if I use them over, and I've got 5 or 6 sets here. I've got the Aspergen 2s, I've got the loadouts over there, I've got the Nastri 21 grams I showed you earlier, I've got some Red Dragons, a couple of sets of Red Dragons as well from when I started. So I've got a good selection, and the Clemens obviously, selection of darts now. So for me to choose to use these, it tells these are legitimate. So it will be interesting to see, right, on 7. Poor. I mean, like I said earlier, you can get any darts you like with radar on them if you like, but it takes, at the end of the day, you to throw them correctly out. See those top 2 there, this one especially, not in, but I'm okay with those. I'm getting closer and in and around the area I want them. I could feel my elbow moving as well. I move my elbow too much. Shameful. And I've done okay on these doubles, considering how few we've thrown. There's 8. Set 8, please. That's a very poor dart. That's not. That's in. Number 9. And then in the next couple of days will be my announcement of what I've averaged in May, which probably is one of the most interesting average announcements, because obviously I haven't finished the month, so I've got some darts to play. But this is possibly the first month I've actually gone down in average. And look, we know averages aren't important, etc., but it does reflect what I've been saying to you and how I've been feeling about my darts. So I feel like, though, we could be on the edge of recovery. That's not good. That last one. Right, let's throw 3 more. Let's get this 9. Let's get this 10. Unlucky. Right, we'll stop there. We're on double figures. Right, I'm going to put the description, I'm going to put in the description the link to these on Amazon. But if you just search MageRabbit darts, they'll come up. Tungsten, 90%. They're 21 quid. Guys, if you're looking for some darts, you're looking for a straight set, something with loads of grip, something predictable, something that releases well, these are the ones that it's worth a go. I'm telling you now, if you are in the lookout for something and your budget is where it's at, and even if it's not, I just don't think it's that important, these really expensive darts. Lots of you will be throwing darts that cost you 10, 15 quid, and you're miles better than me. So look, they want you to buy lots of darts, they want you to buy lots of shiny stuff and make some lots of money. You've got to find what's good for you. These might be good for me, and I'm not going to be ashamed to be using these bad boys if they're making me hit better scores than ever before. You are wonderful people if you're still here. Double kiss for you today because I'm feeling my energy's back. I feel like I've got a little bit of a rumble in my tummy of energy and like a water balloon or something. I don't know. Good to see you. Goodbye.